This is my run through for the TAC265 object-oriented programming final project. The main file is in the travel system.java. Let's run the program. So let's create a new account. Say OK. And if I say Faye, it says the username is already taken. So let's try a different username. Let's try user. Okay. Password, user. I'm going to run through the basic users. So I'm going to say no to become no to premium user. And basic users are limited to 100 credits. So if I put more than 100 credits, it'll automatically set my limit to 100. So I put 120 credits, but as you can see, it reduces it to 100. So I can log in. And I will log in with user. Okay. Okay. Let's view all bookable services. Okay. Display my information. Okay. Let's rent a room. Okay. So if I rent a fancy rustic inn, or if I rent a fancy Greg's Castle, it won't let me rent it because I don't have enough credits and I can't add more. But let's say I rent a budget room, or let's say I rent a fancy rustic inn for one night. That's okay. And then I can see my services here, but I don't have any more credits. So let's say I actually want to remove that service because I want to book other things. Okay, so I've removed that and I've refunded my credits. Let's rent a cheaper room. Let's say budget room for one day. Okay, it's booked. And let's rent a ride service. Let's say a shuttle. Okay, here's the route and the credits. Okay, and let's rent a vehicle. And I can specify the number of days. But let's say I rent it for one day. I actually don't have enough credits, so I need to remove one service, at least one service. So let's remove the shuttle. I've refunded. Okay, I have 75 credits. So I actually need to remove my other. Okay. And then I can rent a vehicle for 80 credits per day. And I can only rent it for one day. Okay. But I do have enough money to buy food or beverage. So let's buy a soda for 10 credits. I have 10 remaining credits. And I earned a random free cookie. Great. Okay, so if I try to add more credits, I can, but only up to a limit of 100. So if I add 100 credits, I can only add 90 more. So let's say I add 90 credits. Okay. And now if I wanted to, I could go back and book these services, but I'm not going to right now. So let's see if I can print my receipt. Okay, so I've only booked a sedan rental and I have 10 credits. I earned one cookie and I paid 90 credits. Okay, and I would like to save it as an image. And I'm going to save it as receipt1 user.png. Okay, and that will save into my files. Okay, so let's change my password. And my current password is user. Let's change it to password. Okay. Okay. So I booked what I wanted. I printed my receipt and I'm gonna log out. Okay. Let's log in as an existing user. So I know I already created the username Faye. Okay, that's username Faye, and I've logged in. And if we see my information, I see that when I created Faye, I created a premium user. So a premium user can hold unlimited credits and receive a random reward credit for every booking. And as you can see, I've already had some reward and I've already earned a cookie. So let's rent a room. Let's say I want a fairy tale cottage. Actually, let's say I want a castle and I want to rent it for 2 days. Okay, so the total cost is 300 credits for 2 days. And I can book that. Okay. And I earned 8 reward credits and my credit balance is 135. So I want to add some more credits. So as you can see, I can add a lot of credits. I can add, let's say I can add 500 credits. My new credit balance is 635. And I rented a room. Let's say I want to rent a ride. I want to rent a tuk-tuk and I want to rent it for the route from the city to the village. Earned my rewards. Okay. And I want to rent a vehicle. And let's say I really want to drive a school bus. So let's say I want to rent it for 3 days. That's great. It's booked. And I earn my rewards and I have my credit balance. Um, let's buy some food or beverage. Want some hot chocolate. Okay. Okay. And earn a free cookie with that too. And let's say I want another food or beverage. I want a sandwich. Okay. And because the free cookie reward is random, I did not get a free cookie when I bought that sandwich. Okay, so here are all my booked services. Wow, I have a lot. Let's say I uh want to remove the city shuttle because I want to take the tuk-tuk instead. So let's remove book service. Let's remove that. Yes. So I refunded my credit and they removed my reward credits that I earned for that service. Okay, let's remove the extra tuk-tuk as well. Okay, so refunded my credits and removed the reward I earned. And now I only have 99 reward credits. Okay, so let's print my receipt. Okay, great. So I paid 1,177 credits in total, earned 2 cookies, and earned 99 rewards. I want to save it. Say receipt one, Faye.png. Great. Okay, let's log out. So I ran through basic user, and I ran through premium user, Faye. Now, when the program begins, it automatically creates an admin user. The username is admin, password is admin. Okay, and the admin menu has a special menu, so I can add a new service, I can remove service, I can view all provided service, and I can manage the store. So let's view all my provided services. Okay, so let's add a new service. So what kind of service do I want to add? Let's say I want to add a room rental. And the room is, say, a budget hostel for basic users who want to be cheap. Say the base credit is only 10 and it's not a fancy service. 10 credits per night is the base price. And the total price will be calculated when the user books it for the number of nights. Yes, I want to save it. Okay, great. Let's add a vehicle rental. Service name is, let's say, a budget car. And the base price is 10. Not a fancy service. And I can select the type of vehicle. Let's say it's a car. Okay, mileage. Let's say it's pretty high. Okay, 10 credits per day. want to save it. Great. And let's add a transport service as well. And this service is cheap bus shared. Okay. And the base price is 5. Not a fancy service. Starting location, airport, and location, city center. And the vehicle type is a bus. Okay. Vehicle mileage. It can be anything. Cheap shared bus, 5 credits. Save to 5. Great. And if you see all the provided services, you can see I've added my hostel, I've added my budget car, and I've added my cheap shared bus with the location, airport to city center. Okay, so I've successfully added my services. Let's say I wanted to remove a service. So what shall I remove? Let's say I'm no longer providing a castle. Okay, so I want to remove that. Okay, successfully removed. And let's say I no longer want to provide a fancy Mustang convertible. Removed. Okay, let's see my services again. And we can see that indeed they are removed. Okay. And now I can manage the store as well. So I can view the current store items, and my reward cookie has no cost. Let's say I want to add a new store item, hot dog, 10 credits. That's not a reward. Let's say I want to remove an item from the store. And I am no longer providing donuts, unfortunately. I've removed the donuts. View store items. The donut is removed. I added the hot dog previously. Return to admin menu. Okay. So all my provided services, and then my menu item, and let's log out of the admin menu. Okay, and let's log in again as the user, password, and let's see if the bookable service updates are reflected here. And we see here that the services that the admin added are included, for example, hostel and shared bus, and the services that the admin removed are no longer available. And let's take a look at the store. You can see that the donut is no longer available, but a hot dog is available. Okay, and I bought a pizza. Okay, so let's log out. And there we go. I ran through the basic user function, the premium user functions, and the admin user functions. And they do work if the inputs are correct. Thank you. Bye. So we can quit. Goodbye.